Greetings, fellow crafters. Welcome back to my court. Welcome if you're new. I am your Hello Queen, and today I am showing off one of my first amigurumi projects, the Funny Bunny. Be right back. Okay, so this is a gift that I made for my great nephew, my very first great nibbling. I don't know. My niece had a baby. It's her first baby, and this is his first birthday that's coming up. So I decided to make this guy. The pattern is from stringydingding.com. Let me put that up on the screen. It is not a free pattern. It is one I had to pay for. I'm not reposting or reselling this pattern. I'm not taking credit for it because it tells me not to. It's right there. Crochet for everyone. I did have to pay for this pattern. It's not a free pattern. But this could almost be a stash project for me because the only new yarn that I purchased was this pink that I had here for the nose. I'm not intentionally giving a very big finger. That's just not me. This is pink Macron. It is a Bernat Premium that I got from Walmart for like $5 for this game. Everything else I had in hand, with the exception of the safety eyes, which I purchased in a multi-pack from Amazon, and the polyfill. I didn't have any polyfill. This is tent sail soft worsted from the Spin Right stash I have, which I will put up in the eye. So is this. This is the chocolate. This is the sable. The cream on the hands and feet, the cheeks and the muzzle, all of that is actually my mother's from 15 years ago. Back before she lost the use of her right hand, she was a knitter, and she had a stash of yarn that was in her yarn bag that I happened to find after she had moved out many years ago from this house. She actually sold us this house. And it was obviously sitting around doing nothing, so I've repurposed it into this here. Unfortunately, this little guy is going to the other side. This is one of my husband's brother's grandchildren. The green was tent sail regular worsted, and this orange I had left over from doing my temperature blanket. The white was a literal random skein of Bernat Premium that I had in my house for reasons from before I had a yarn habit. So all of this yarn was older. The pattern was fairly easy to figure out. The only thing that I wish it was a little more concerned with was how to attach the pieces together. That was not terribly clear to me. Maybe that's more something that would have been more well known for people who are in amigurumi. I kind of went along with it. I don't know a lot about that. So there was a couple of times where I'd attach a piece, and then due to the weight of the piece, it would start to sag off, and I could see it coming apart. So I ended up going back in and reattaching the piece in a different way. It happened with the arms. That was one of the last pieces that went on. But stitch-wise, this is really easy. If you know how to single crochet, if you can increase on the single crochet and decrease on the single crochet and work in a magic circle, you can pretty much do everything on here. The only other thing that you may need to do is this was the muzzle here and the nose were both oblong pieces. So basically what you would do is you'd chain out your number of stitches. You'd single crochet into the second chain from the hook. You come back, and then the last chain, instead of single crocheting 1, you single crochet 3 or 4, and then you'd go around the bottom of the chain. So you're basically working in like an oblong fashion, and that's how this here is worked. This and this. Everything else, like, it's single crochet in a magic ring. If you can figure that out, you can do this. This guy was not hard. You do have to keep track of the stitches. So what I ended up doing, he's a little top heavy. What I ended up doing is, and I'll try not to show the pattern too much, but I would put a paper clip on the pattern. Apparently I've forgotten how to use a paper clip. And set it so that I could, okay, I'm on round 4. And then as I needed to, I moved down. Now I'm in round 5. Now I'm on round 6. And set it that way, so that the paper clip would tell me where I had left off, because I am chronically perturbed by the advent of shiny things, and therefore would lose track where the heck I am. So that's what worked well for me. Even these ears, even though they're not stuffed, they were also worked in the round. And then you just flatten them out and attach them flat, and they don't stay up. You could use some wire in these in order to make them stand up, but they don't stand up, and it's kind of cute that way. So he is a silly, silly bunny, but I think he's just a silly enough bunny for a 1-year-old to cuddle with. And he has a carrot. The only other thing is the carrot's mouth is made with embroidery floss, which I have from my cross stitch. So I just grabbed a piece of black and made it smile. So there he is. He's a funny bunny. And he's going to go live with a newly minted 1-year-old. So thank you so much for joining me. Like this video, enjoyed it, share it with your friends. Oh, on the Halloween side of thing, my kids are obsessed with Five Nights at Freddy's. And they both want to commission me to make a sort of demented Five Nights at Freddy's version of this guy. And I'm like, yeah, I'm sure we could do that. He's pretty plain. I'm sure we could twist him up a bit. So this guy's going to go live with a happy 1-year-old and get drooled on a lot and go in the wash. All of what's here is acrylic, so it's basically chuck it in the wash. Chuck it in the wash, it should be fine. So yeah, I may end up redoing this, because as soon as I brought this upstairs to show my girls, they wanted it. They wanted to adopt it, because he's cute. And he has a carrot. So thank you for joining me. Like this video if you enjoyed it. Share it with your friends. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you in the next one. Keep it spooky, guys. Bye.